Officials from the Rockford and Harlem public school districts came together today to assess the impacts of COVID-19 on education in Illinois. Here's what we learned about the pandemic's impacts on our local students.
A third of our students are chronically absent. I want to let that sink in.
You just heard from Robin Steen's Advance Illinois president, who's talking about the issue of chronic absence among 1/3 of students across Illinois. Chronic absence is when a student misses more than 10% or more of the academic school year. Steen says this problem is impacting schools across the county.
Harlem and Rockford, I hate to tell you, did not escape that, but again, it's important to understand it's not unique to Winnebago County. This is a problem that we're seeing not just in Illinois, but around the country.
School officials went on to discuss how the pandemic is the root cause for a decrease in enrollment statewide, absences, and negatively impacting emotional well-being, disrupting access to high-quality instruction, and the birth of a digital divide between students who may and may not have had proper access to remote classroom materials. Rockford Superintendent is optimistic that the Rockford Public School District is headed in the right direction.
I want to make sure we're doing everything we can to ensure our students have a rapid recovery for any learning that has been lost, and that we can support not only their academic needs but their social emotional needs that have been so negatively impacted by, in many cases, our most vulnerable students being very isolated over an 18-month period.
He says they have already made progress toward improving attendance, but more work is still left to be done.
Attendance has not come all the way back. We're still sitting at about 89%. We had our weekly data check-in today, and we're still about 3 points below where we would like to be for our average daily attendance. So I think that is going to continue to be a huge challenge, but the fact that we have the resources in place to make the investments necessary gives me tremendous hope that we can conquer those problems.
Harlem Superintendent Yarborough also feels that work must be done to reassure parents of student safety.
So just getting that word out to families that it's okay to come back, right? I was thinking and reflecting on this, and I think it was a question that was given earlier, was who did we feel was the most impacted, by all this? And I felt it was our younger kids.
And so we've got resources from the feds. We've got more dollars coming through the state's funding formula. And so the reason it matters that we talk collectively and get data is how should we spend those? What are the most important priorities? And how do we learn from what's working so we can continue to do better?